What if I told you your house is either pulling money in or silently pushing it away? Not because of your job, your budget, or your mindset, but because of what's growing or not growing inside your home. It sounds wild, right? But stay with me. Because for centuries, emperors, merchants, even modern billionaires have understood something most people still overlook. Your space holds energy, and that energy determines what flows into your life, especially money. That's why certain homes feel effortlessly abundant, while others always seem stuck in lack. And the difference often comes down to what's quietly rooted in the corners of those homes: plants. Not just any plants, but specific species that have been used for generations to attract prosperity, success, and upward movement. In this video, we're not going to talk about generic houseplants that look good on Pinterest. We're going to reveal the 10 most powerful wealth plants you can grow right now, living symbols of growth, protection, and money flow that turn your space into a magnet for abundance. These aren't just pretty decorations. They are strategic tools, energy conductors, and when placed with intention, they can shift the financial trajectory of your home and everyone in it. Think that's a stretch? So did hundreds of people until they tried it. From a jade plant on your desk to a carefully positioned bamboo stalk in your hallway, every plant you'll see today has a legacy of wealth attraction across cultures, and now backed by environmental psychology. So before you waste another dollar on vision boards or manifestation journals, let's start with something tangible, something green, something alive. Because when you grow the right things in the right places, money tends to follow. Let's get into the 10 wealth plants you should be growing now, before someone else does. Number 1. Jade Plant, Crassula ovata, the prosperity giver. Number 1 on our list isn't just a plant, it's a financial mindset rooted in soil. The jade plant, also known as Crassula ovata, is called the prosperity giver for a reason. It's not because it magically prints money. It's because it silently teaches you to live in alignment with wealth. Look closely at it. Those thick, round, emerald leaves don't just look like coins, they symbolize accumulation. Not flashy, not instant, but steady, patient, rooted growth. That's the energy of true abundance. And here's the thing, your environment trains your nervous system. When you place a jade plant by your front door or on your desk or near your wealth corner, what you're doing isn't superstition. It's psychological conditioning. Every glance at that plant reminds your subconscious, growth is happening here, energy is alive, money is welcome, and the brain responds. You start to make different choices. You save more, you spend more wisely. You negotiate better. Because the space around you isn't neutral, it's nudging you toward better behaviors. Now let's get practical. The jade plant is a succulent, which means it thrives on minimal care, perfect for busy households. It prefers bright, indirect light and needs water only when the soil feels dry. No drama, no high maintenance, just like good money habits. This is a plant that rewards consistency. If you're someone who's struggled to keep plants alive before, this one offers redemption. It's forgiving, like the wealth journey itself. You can mess up, forget, start again, and it still shows up for you. Still grows, still gives. And that kind of silent resilience is exactly what you want echoing through your space. But here's where it gets deeper. In Feng Shui and energy design, the jade plant is considered a wood element with earth qualities, meaning it bridges growth and grounding. It encourages expansion but with stability, wealth but without chaos. If your home feels scattered, uncertain, or financially stagnant, adding a jade plant is like giving your space a green heartbeat. It calms while it empowers. It balances while it invites. And in a world where so much feels out of our control, planting one thing, one small act of intention, can be your way of reclaiming power. Not through noise, but through quiet alignment. So if you're going to start somewhere, start here. Get yourself a healthy jade plant. Place it where you'll see it often. And as it grows, let it be a mirror. Ask yourself, am I treating my finances with the same care I give this plant? Am I allowing wealth to grow slowly, daily, and with patience? Because in the end, abundance doesn't arrive like lightning. It roots, it steadies, and sometimes it starts with one small green leaf. Number 2. Holy Basil Ocimum tenuiflorum, the energy cleanser. If stress had a scent, holy basil would be its antidote. Known as Ocimum tenuiflorum or Tulsi in ancient texts, this plant isn't just a pretty leaf to admire, it's a spiritual force. In today's world where anxiety hums in the background of everything, our thoughts, our homes, our decisions, holy basil steps in like a silent purifier. It doesn't scream for attention. It simply absorbs, calms, neutralizes. It's the plant that takes a chaotic room and turns down the volume. That's why people call it the energy cleanser. Because that's exactly what it does, not metaphorically, but energetically and biologically. Scientifically, holy basil is classified as an adaptogen, meaning it helps your body adapt to physical, emotional, and environmental stressors. It lowers cortisol levels. It supports the immune system. It regulates your blood sugar and soothes your nervous system. But what's more fascinating is what it does to your space. When placed near a window, by your work desk, or in your meditation corner, holy basil becomes more than décor. It becomes a boundary, a living barrier between your peace and the world's noise. You feel different when it's around. Clearer, safer, more aligned. And here's the kicker, it's one of the only plants that seems to hold intention. If you've ever grown one, you'll know what I mean. It responds to energy. It wilts when tension rises in the house, and it flourishes when laughter returns. It's the kind of plant you speak to, not because you're whimsical, but because it feels right. It listens, and it cleans, not just air particles, but emotional residue. That conversation you wish never happened. That lingering heaviness after an argument. That unseen tension in your work zone. Holy basil absorbs it like a sponge and replaces it with calm. In energy practices, it's said to carry fire and air elements, burning away stagnation while circulating clarity. That means it's a perfect plant to reset your space after illness, after a breakup, after a period of financial struggle. It says, let's start again. It says, this is still a sacred place. If you're building a home that heals instead of drains, that inspires instead of overwhelms, this plant belongs in it. Caring for holy basil is a lesson in mindfulness. It loves warmth, sunlight, and moist but not soggy soil. It asks for consistency. It thrives when spoken to. And it teaches you how to tend, not just to a plant, but to the atmosphere you live in. It gently reminds you that energy is real, that it sticks to walls, to furniture, to you, and that you have the power to clear it every single day. So if there's one plant that doesn't just sit there looking pretty but actively participates in your well-being, it's this one. Add it to your home, your office, your altar. Watch what shifts. You might not be able to explain it to others, but you'll feel it. And that's enough. That's where healing begins, with breath, with leaves, with one sacred basil plant doing its quiet work. Number 3. Snake plant Sansevieria, the silent wall. It doesn't bloom with colorful petals. It doesn't spill over with lush foliage. It doesn't demand attention. And yet, the snake plant, often called Sansevieria or mother-in-law's tongue, stands like a quiet soldier at the edge of your space, holding the line between calm and chaos. They call it the silent wall for a reason. It doesn't just decorate your home, it defends it. In a world overloaded with digital noise, emotional turbulence, and invisible toxins, the snake plant does what few things can. It gives you space to breathe, quite literally. NASA's Clean Air Study famously named it as one of the top houseplants for purifying indoor air. It removes benzene, formaldehyde, and other toxins released by furniture, paint, or electronics. But beyond science, there's a stillness it carries. A strength that doesn't ask, it just is. Its vertical, sword-like leaves stretch upward with precision, like quiet antennae tuned to higher frequencies. In Feng Shui, it's considered a powerful plant for cutting through stagnant energy and protecting your space from harmful vibrations. Unlike leafy or crawling plants that invite softness and emotion, snake plant sets boundaries. It says, "This far, no farther." It tells that cluttered mental chatter to stay outside. It whispers to anxiety, "You're not welcome here." And the moment you bring it into your bedroom, office, or entryway, something shifts. You can feel it. Like your walls just grew thicker, not physically, but energetically. This is the plant for people who crave strength in their space, but don't want to shout about it. It doesn't radiate chaotic energy. It doesn't fluctuate with your moods. It stands still, always present, always grounded. It's the anchor, the quiet presence that says, "You're safe here." And in a culture where go big or go home dominates the narrative, snake plant reminds us that power doesn't always come in loud forms. Sometimes it comes in silence, in symmetry, in resilience. And speaking of resilience, this plant thrives where others fail. It needs little water, tolerates low light, and practically takes care of itself. That alone makes it ideal for modern life, where time is scarce and stress is high. But more than convenience, this hardiness is symbolic. It represents persistence, endurance. That no matter how harsh the conditions, inside or outside, you can still stand tall. Some keep it in the bedroom to absorb negative energy during sleep. Others place it by the front door as a sentry that filters whatever energy enters the home. Wherever you place it, don't underestimate it. This is not just a low-maintenance plant. It is an energetic statement. It's a decision to guard your peace. If your life has been feeling porous, like too many people, demands, or emotions have free access to your inner world, the snake plant is not just a decor item. It's a line in the sand, a wall, a warrior, a wordless protector in a world that never stops talking. Let it do what it was made to do: stand watch, hold space, and teach you the quiet power of boundaries. Number 4. ZZ plant, Zamioculcas zamiifolia, the stable climber. In a world where everything feels like it's moving too fast, markets fluctuate, jobs shift, relationships stretch, there's something quietly revolutionary about the ZZ plant. It doesn't grow quickly. It doesn't burst into bloom. But it rises, slowly and steadily, with glossy leaves that reflect light like confidence, and stalks that stretch toward growth without drama or demand. That's why it's earned its name. The stable climber. Not because it climbs walls or trellises, but because it mirrors a life built on quiet consistency, on rising without noise. The ZZ plant is for those who want their homes and their lives to hold a certain kind of energy. One that says, "I'm in it for the long game." You don't need to be flashy to win. You don't need to be loud to grow. You just need to be rooted and ready. And the ZZ plant embodies that. Its underground rhizomes store water and nutrients, allowing it to survive neglect, lack of sunlight, even emotional chaos that might make other plants wither. In other words, it's built for endurance. And in symbolic terms, that's exactly what makes it a financial ally. In Feng Shui and energy practices, the ZZ plant is said to attract wealth not because it multiplies overnight, but because it teaches the principles that wealth requires. Patience, preparation, sustainability. Its glossy, dark green leaves resemble coins, a classic sign of abundance, but its message is deeper. This isn't quick money energy, it's build your legacy energy. The kind that makes a person choose long-term stability over short-term rush. The kind that makes someone invest, not just spend. Place it in your office, and you'll notice the energy shift. It becomes a visual anchor, a symbol of steady progress and grounded ambition. Place it in your living room, and it reminds the household that success isn't a race, it's a rhythm. That fortune doesn't only follow the fast, but the focused. And if you're someone who tends to burn out, start too many things at once, or chase the next big breakthrough, the ZZ plant offers a quiet but powerful recalibration. Slow down. Get consistent. Let your roots grow deep. Its care requirements are minimal. Low light, little water, and almost no fuss. And yet, it flourishes. That paradox is what draws so many to it. Because in a culture obsessed with hustle and non-stop achievement, the ZZ plant proves that you can grow rich, grounded, and unshaken, without draining your energy. And isn't that the dream? To rise without crashing, to climb without crumbling, to earn without exhaustion. It's not here to impress. It's here to remind that the most sustainable wealth, emotional, spiritual, financial, comes from within. From what you store in your roots, from how you withstand storms, and from your ability to grow slowly, quietly, upward. So when you see those shiny green leaves catching the light, know this: you're not just looking at a plant. You're looking at a mirror, a symbol, a silent coach telling you, keep going, you're doing better than you think. Number 5. Money Tree Aquatica, the flow channel. There's a reason it's called the money tree. Not because it magically sprouts dollar bills or lottery tickets, but because it embodies the very energy that makes wealth sustainable. Flow, the money tree, isn't loud. It doesn't demand attention. But when placed with intention in your space, it transforms from a decorative piece to what energy practitioners call a flow channel. A living symbol that reminds you every day that prosperity isn't a static possession. It's something you move with, grow with, and nurture. The braided trunk, perhaps its most iconic feature, holds more than aesthetic appeal. In Feng Shui, it represents interwoven energies, different aspects of life braided together to form a strong, unified path forward. Career, relationships, creativity, health, all wrapped together. The money tree doesn't just attract financial luck. It aligns the elements that support wealth so that abundance becomes a natural outcome, not a forced effort. Its wide, open leaves reach upward like hands ready to receive, while its roots remain stable and unshaken. This balance between reaching and grounding is why the money tree is considered one of the most powerful plants for inviting wealth into your life. It reminds you that true prosperity doesn't come from desperation or force. It comes from a state of flow, of being open to receive, generous in spirit, and balanced in how you give and grow. Place it in the southeast corner of your home or office, the wealth sector in classical Feng Shui, and you create a subtle but potent anchor for abundance. But this isn't just about placement. It's about how you relate to the plant. Water it with awareness. Speak intentions over it. Imagine each new leaf as a new opportunity, a new connection, a new resource that supports your journey. This is how energy responds, not to what you want, but to how deeply you embody it. One of the most compelling aspects of the money tree is its adaptability. It thrives in both natural light and low light. It adjusts to different temperatures. It doesn't just survive, it harmonizes. And that's the deeper message it carries. You don't need perfect conditions to grow. You need presence. You need care. You need belief. Just like the tree, you're allowed to grow under less than ideal circumstances and still produce beauty and abundance. In a society obsessed with hustle and non-stop accumulation, the money tree offers a counter lesson. It teaches that wealth is not a sprint. It's a rhythm. It shows that when you root yourself in purpose and open yourself to possibility, money begins to flow, not in chaos, but in grace. You stop chasing it and it starts arriving. So if you're someone who's been pushing hard, trying to force success, constantly battling scarcity, let this be your reminder. Prosperity doesn't live in pressure. It lives in flow. And every time you walk past your money tree, let its calm presence remind you. You are part of that flow. You always were. You just have to remember to receive it. Number 6. Aloe Vera, the healer of spaces. Not all wealth begins with money. Sometimes it begins with healing. And that's the quiet magic of aloe vera. You've seen it on windowsills, tucked in corners of minimalist homes or near kitchen sinks. But what many people don't realize is that aloe vera isn't just a plant, it's a message. A statement to your space that says, here we restore. In the energetic language of abundance, healing is not separate from prosperity. It's the gateway to it. And aloe vera, known as the healer of spaces, does exactly that. Aloe vera's physical properties are legendary. It soothes burns, heals wounds, cools inflammation. But beneath its medicinal surface lies something deeper. The ability to cleanse stagnant energy, promote renewal, and restore emotional equilibrium in a room. In ancient households across Africa and the Mediterranean, aloe wasn't just used topically. It was planted to ward off bad energy and usher in wellness. Its long, spiked leaves resemble protective spears, acting as energetic filters that catch and dissolve toxicity, whether from people, past events, or internal clutter we don't even realize we're carrying. Unlike other tropical plants that demand high maintenance or complex rituals, aloe thrives on simplicity. It doesn't ask for much: a little sun, a little water, some space to breathe. But what it gives in return is immense: resilience, protection, and a quiet clearing of the atmosphere. That's the kind of energy wealth responds to: grounded, honest, and calmly alive. If you've ever walked into a room and felt off, like something heavy was lingering, aloe is your quiet warrior. Place it near entrances or in areas where arguments or tension often occur. Its presence shifts the air, not by overpowering, but by absorbing. It's the plant that clears the energetic leftovers so that new intentions, like abundance, joy, and clarity, actually have space to land. Think about this. What good is financial prosperity if your environment is energetically bruised? If you're bringing in money but living in emotional scarcity, the wealth doesn't stay. It leaks. It's uncomfortable. And eventually, it fades. Aloe reminds us that before you can attract more, you must feel safe holding what you already have. You must feel well, inside your space and inside your body. Symbolically, aloe also teaches a powerful lesson in boundaries. Its thick skin holds potent healing gel, but only when handled gently. It's a plant that protects its power, and in doing so, it encourages you to do the same. Protect your peace, nurture your strength. Stop giving energy to what depletes you. And when you do, the right kind of energy, people, money, luck, starts moving toward you. So next time you see aloe vera, don't just think of skincare. Think of soul care. Think of energy hygiene. And let it be more than decor. Let it be a boundary, a signal, a healer in your space. Because when your environment feels safe and strong, abundance doesn't just enter, it stays. And that's the kind of prosperity that truly lasts. Number 7, banana plant, the blessing of Lakshmi. In the world of symbolic plants, few carry as much ancient reverence and modern misunderstanding as the banana plant. Most people see it as a tropical accent, a decorative flair with oversized leaves and a lush aesthetic. But behind its bold appearance is a story far deeper, a living symbol of fertility, generosity, and divine favor. In many Eastern traditions, the banana plant is considered sacred, associated with the goddess of wealth and fortune, Lakshmi. And while we won't dive into religious specifics here, the message is universal. The banana plant is a physical embodiment of flow, blessing, and unshakable prosperity. Its energy is unlike any other. While other plants symbolize accumulation, defense, or clarity, the banana plant represents continuation. The idea that abundance is not just something to receive once, but something that should reproduce, multiply, and nourish everything around it. That's why banana plants are never just grown for beauty. They grow in clusters, they give fruit, they create offspring. Their roots spread. Their leaves expand toward light unapologetically. They don't just occupy space, they bless it. From an energetic design perspective, the banana plant is ideal for outdoor placement near the entryway of your home, backyard corners, or along walkways. It softens the energy flow while sending a visual signal to your subconscious and visitors. This is a place of plenty. The rounded, wide leaves act like open hands, receiving blessings and reflecting sunlight, much like a mirror for positive chi. And unlike sharp-leafed or defensive plants, the banana's form radiates openness, which is essential for receiving opportunities, relationships, and financial support. But what makes it especially profound is the emotional frequency it invites into your space. Banana energy says, "There's enough for everyone." It's generous, maternal, lush. If your life has felt stuck in a loop of scarcity thinking, like you have to fight for your share or protect what little you have, the banana plant offers a new mindset. It invites expansion, not in a frantic, aggressive way, but in a quiet assurance that nature provides. And so will life when we open ourselves to trust it. If you're building a garden with intention, place the banana plant where it can grow freely. Let it remind you that real wealth isn't sterile or hyper-controlled. It's alive, messy, generous. Let it serve as a living vision board, a symbol that reminds you every day that success is allowed to multiply, not just arrive. That blessings are allowed to be shared, not just hoarded. That fortune is a current, and when you let it flow through you, it grows stronger, not weaker. The banana plant isn't just ornamental. It's ancestral, symbolic, powerful. It thrives in warmth and returns it in kind. And if your home is a vessel for energy, then the banana is a beacon, calling in not only the energy of wealth but the spirit of generosity. So let it grow, let it take root, and let it teach you what real, sustainable abundance truly feels like. Number 8. Lucky Bamboo, Dracaena sanderiana, the resilient wish. If there's one plant that quietly holds a universe of hope in its stems, it's lucky bamboo. You've probably seen it sitting on someone's desk or nestled into a ceramic vase in a quiet corner of a room, twisting upward, calmly present. It's easy to overlook. It doesn't bloom. It doesn't shout for attention. But what it represents is something timeless and profoundly human. The belief that small intentions, when rooted in care and consistency, can reshape the course of your life. Lucky bamboo isn't actually bamboo. It's a resilient species of Dracaena, and that confusion is part of its story. It thrives by adapting, blending, and becoming exactly what the environment needs it to be. It doesn't resist. It flows. It doesn't demand. It endures. And that's where its magic lies. This is a plant that carries the energy of quiet determination, of unshaken hope, of wishes made in silence and pursued with grace. In energy design, lucky bamboo is known as the wish keeper. Each stalk represents a specific life blessing: 2 stalks for love, 3 for happiness, 5 for health, 8 for wealth, and so on. But numbers aside, what truly matters is the intention you place into it. This plant becomes a living contract, a physical reminder of what you are choosing to invite into your life. And unlike grand rituals or loud declarations, it doesn't need noise. It needs presence. Place it in the wealth corner of your home, the far left corner from your front door, or near your workspace. Make sure it's in fresh water and cared for, because the message is clear. Your intentions only thrive when you nourish them. Every time you change its water, every time you trim a yellowing leaf, you're performing a subtle act of alignment. You're reinforcing to the universe and to yourself that what you wish for matters and you're willing to show up for it. Lucky bamboo thrives in soft, indirect light. It doesn't rush. It simply grows. Upward, always, and that's exactly the point. If you've ever felt like your progress was too slow, too quiet to matter, lucky bamboo reminds you. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent. Sometimes it happens inside, unseen, yet undeniable. And sometimes the most powerful wishes are the ones you don't shout, but the ones you live into, day by day. This plant doesn't promise overnight success. It promises persistence. It promises that with time, care, and unwavering belief, your life can become a reflection of your deepest hopes. So let it sit by your window. Let it quietly anchor your focus. Let it hold your wish, not just as a fantasy, but as a future you're steadily growing toward. Lucky bamboo isn't just decoration. It's declaration. A soft-spoken vow between your present self and your future one. And every new leaf, every inch of upward twist is a whisper back from the universe. Keep going. It's working. Final. We often think of wealth as something distant, something to chase, to earn, to prove we're worthy of. But what if that's backwards? What if the energy of abundance isn't something you fight for, but something you cultivate, like light through a window, like roots under the soil? Every plant we've explored today tells the same story in different languages. The jade plant reminds us that prosperity begins with belief in our own resilience. Holy basil cleanses the space where stress and negativity hide, not just in our homes, but in our thinking. The snake plant shows that silence can be strength, that not everything has to grow fast to grow strong. The ZZ plant reminds us that steady progress, no matter how slow, still leads to stability. The money tree invites us to welcome flow, rather than clutching or controlling. Aloe Vera heals the invisible wounds we carry in the spaces we live in. The banana plant teaches us to think in cycles, not scarcity. Lucky bamboo whispers that even the quietest wish, when rooted in care, can change a life. And that's the truth of this whole practice. You're not just decorating your home, you're shaping your reality. These plants aren't lucky because they're magical. They're lucky because they train you to pay attention, to slow down, to make choices with intention. In a world addicted to speed, ambition, and overthinking, bringing a living thing into your space is a radical act. It's a reminder that everything, wealth included, starts with nourishment. Science has shown us that environments shape mindset, that the brain doesn't just respond to logic, but to cues. Greenery has been proven to reduce cortisol, boost memory, enhance focus. And energy work, from Feng Shui to biophilic design, shows us that how we arrange our world changes how we experience it. So when you place a money tree by your front door or a lucky bamboo on your desk, it's not just for show. It's a decision to live with clarity, to align your environment with your intentions, to walk through your space and feel on some cellular level that you are safe, that you are supported, that you are growing. You don't need to believe in superstition to understand this. You just need to believe in presence. Because prosperity isn't a windfall, it's a frequency. And the more you tune your space to that frequency, with care, with awareness, with symbolic choices, the more you start to resonate with it. And that's when change begins, not just in your bank account, but in your body, your energy, your vision. So whether you start with one plant or all 10, the message is the same. Bring life into your home, and life will return the favor. These aren't decorations, they're declarations. Let your home speak your intention, clearly, calmly, and in full bloom.